You're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So the last time you heard from us, we were boat shopping in Florida and Georgia and actually South Carolina. Yeah. And we came away from that experience with two favorites at the end of a week of shopping and getting on and off of boats and looking at boats and talking about boats. We came away with two boats that we liked. One was a Hunter that was completely kitted out for offshore living and it was in really nice shape. The other favorite was an Island Packet. And what we liked about the Hunter was that it had everything we thought we would ever need. But what we liked about the Island Packet was that it was incredibly stable. When you stepped on it, it barely moved. But the problem with the Island Packet that we looked at was that it needed way too much work. So we ended up with two boats, one that was too much money for the amount of boat we were getting, and another that needed too much work. Yeah, so we kind of came away from the week going, we've got to go back to the drawing board, because the truth was we liked two different boats for very different reasons.
But the good thing was we got to see several different kinds of boats, different makers, different sizes, kind of get our feet wet, so to speak, see what was out there and kind of hone in on what we wanted. So we had several different models that we looked at. We saw a lot of stuff online that we didn't actually get to see. But yeah, at the end of the day, we liked those two boats, and neither one really fit what we wanted to. So we didn't go any further on either one of those. But the interesting thing is on our way back to Charleston from Florida, as we were driving, another Island Packet came on the market in the Fort Myers area. So we went back and forth, and as we talked more and more about it, we decided that the Island Packet was going to probably slip away from us if we didn't do something to hold it. So we put a deposit down on Island Packet, 1989 Island Packet 35, and made an offer, which was summarily rejected by the owner.
Yep. No counteroffer, just no.
People are full of shit. So we
well, we were kind of thinking about, like, oh, what do we do now? Because he just flat out rejected the offer. He didn't make a counteroffer. And so while we were thinking about it kind of overnight, the broker called us back the next day.
And he had basically kind of came back with a counteroffer.
Yeah.
And it was essentially in the midpoint between what he was asking originally and what we were asking. Yeah. So it was close enough. And it wasn't where we wanted, but we didn't want to continue to haggle at that point. So we said, okay, let's go with that, and we'll schedule a trip out and come see the boat, and we'll schedule for a survey, and if we like it and the survey works out, then we'll buy a boat. So fast forward to today, and we are in lovely Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Florida.
Yeah.
It's hot as hell outside, and
it's late June.
It's late June, and we went and got to get on this boat. So for the first time, we got to see this boat that we put money down on.
Yep.
And so we're here to report our findings, so to speak.
So maybe we should start with one of the things that made us put money down on this boat is that we wanted to get it off the market, so to speak, because it was the balance between the amenities and features that we wanted in the boat, things that were already done and fixed and upgraded and refitted, and it was the stability of the Island Packet, which is something that I really like. I love that stable tank kind of feel, and this boat had a lot of work done on it in 2024 and then again in 2025. So we were just kind of afraid that if we didn't move, it was gonna get snapped out from under us. So we went ahead and put money down on it to get it off the market and came to an agreement on price with the seller. And as long as the survey, which is tomorrow, we're doing the survey and the sea trial, as long as that all goes well, we will probably go forward with this one. Now, we did, as we mentioned, see it for the very first time today. It doesn't look exactly like the pictures, but that's to be expected. The
Yeah.
person who owned it right prior to us took it out and had some problems at sea. I believe they ran into a storm about 100 miles off the coast, and they basically turned around and hightailed it right back to Florida. Had some problems with their anchor and had to be towed in, and basically got off the boat and left it as is. didn't see anything that, to our level of knowledge, was a red flag. We didn't see any cracks in the hull, like nothing major stood out as a problem.
Close all watertight doors. Sound both stations.
But
So we'll be waiting for the results of the survey.
yeah, and the sea
This
trial.
this particular boat had a lot of work done on it. It has new sails, it has new rigging, it has new chain plates, it has new fuel tanks and water tanks, sewer tanks, holding tanks. It has new electronics, it has a new radar, just a whole bunch of things that we would have wanted to add to the other boat. It also comes with a dinghy, comes with dinghy davits, and a
Solar power.
We're looking at keeping it at the marina that the current owner has it,
Yeah.
and that's an option to us.
Yeah.
What we found are there's not very many spots open in the area,
Right.
and all of the spots are really, really expensive.
Yeah, we have an entire Excel spreadsheet of every marina that we called, the price per foot, what it would cost annually, whether or not it's appropriate for sailboats, what's the draft, because our boat is going to have 4-foot draft, and 4.5-foot draft. So we have a lot of columns on that spreadsheet, and we have it all filled out. And actually, the place that it's at right now is in some ways like the perfect place for it, but this marina was completely destroyed by the hurricane. And
Hurricane Ian
Hurricane,
4 years ago.
yeah, so they are just getting back on their feet.
They don't have electricity.
They don't
yet.
have electricity. They don't have water. But they do have slips, and the slips are affordable, and they're deep water slips. They can absolutely accommodate a big sailboat like this. So I think for the immediate term, we're going to keep it where it is, and it's going to have to come out of the water for hurricane season. So, but anyway, we can give you more of those details after tomorrow, after we see what the surveyor has to say. So stay tuned.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.